its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories, based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, block out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and/or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
Final event of the day in Kitakyushu, the River Walk Theatre, right by the castle and main park here. 4th gold medal of the day set to be decided. It's the men's 80 kg final, and of the 5 men's events so far in these Asia-Oceania Championships, 3 golds for China, 1 each for Iraq and Jordan. And China have taken all but one of the 6 women's crowns as well. So this is it, the final 3rd of competition for the day, with China taking gold in the 2 women's events there through Kui Jianjin and Tan Yu Zhao, 61 and 67 kg. Amalia Perez won the open competition in that. And the men's 72 this morning claimed by Rasul Mohsin of Iraq, defending his title from 3 years ago when it was the Asian Open Championships on its own, before Oceania was added in. So the men's 80 kg final it is. Majid Fazin, who's been magnificent for many years, the world record holder in this, but we won't be seeing him here. Ten in this final, and some terrific performers. Gu Zhufai is the Paralympic champion. Nada Muradi, the world champion over 72 kg. Asian bronze previously for Kabralev of Kazakhstan. Maybe Matty Gordon can pull something out for New Zealand here as well, but the weights do get very heavy as we go on in the competition, as you can see. Gu Zhufai going up to 220 in this opening round of the men's 80 kg final. Referees for this, Brian McNichol of Australia, Wai Manliang of China, and Rachana Duningsi of Indonesia. Jury from Jordan, Slovakia, Iraq and Great Britain. Already then for the men's 80 kg final. So it's a decent field. Japan well represented here again. We've got 3 Japanese here, the host nation. Only one event so far in which they've not fielded somebody. The weight's getting more and more serious as we go up the divisions. Men's 80 kg final is on the way. So final event of the middle day of competition, day 3 of 5. It is the men's 80 kg decider in Kitakyushu. Hello again from Will Downing, and we've got 10 in this field for this 80 kg decider. Kappa Pongtao is first to go, the reigning Southeast Asian Games champion from the last 2 editions. Kuala Lumpur last year and Singapore in 2015. He's looking to start off with 80 kg. Was 6th in the 2010 World Championships, 8th the next one 2014, and 11th last December. For 80. No time wasted, and all good. So Pongtao, with the first attempt of the competition, takes the lead. Leading right from the start.
Thank you to Barzlo, 117 kilos, first to 10. Representing Mongolia, Kitakyushu Gadarden.
Kanadain Gansuk of Mongolia, first major championship for the 42-year-olds. Aiming for 117 in the opening round. Very calm in his execution. And 3 out of 3 gain for Kanadain Gansuk of Mongolia. Major leap up in weight from the 80 we saw from Pong Tao with the first attempt a few moments earlier. Gansuk rocketing up to 117. The early standard set, but we're due to go all the way up to 220. So now aiming for 128 for Japan, Akihisa Kanaya in his first major championship. Big introduction for the 28-year-olds. Kanaya leading a Japanese field of 3 here, and we're set to see them all one after the other. $128 for Kanaya.
1 minute.
Split call his way, 2-1. A little bit of a slide when it was on the way up, but he is okay. $128. Great introduction to championship powerlifting for Akihisa Kanaya. Now, Kampa Pong Tao started off with 80 kg, but he is out for the rest of the competition, potentially an injury. Remember, he's the Southeast Asian champion. Did seem to me to be starting very low with 80 and lifted it, but we will not see him for the rest of the competition. So, Yoshitaka Sato of Japan going for 135, and it is his first major championship as well. 43 years old. Involved in wheelchair tennis also. $135. Step up of 7 kilos from Kanaya. That fits the bill, 3 out of 3 for Sato. Again, very, very straightforward. So that's the 2 Japanese successful to date.
Thank you to bars low, 146 kilos, first attempt. Representing Japan, Yujiro Hajime.
Hajime Ujiro of Japan, aiming for 146. Well, the 2 making their major championship debuts. He's been the 7th and 8th at his 2 Paralympic Games, 2012 and 2004. Finished 4th at the last Asian Championships in Almaty 3 years ago and was 5th at the Asian Games last time out, 2014 in Incheon. Next one just a few weeks away. Hajime Ujiro for Japan, 146. Ooh, awkward. He's gone in way too heavy, potentially. No lift for him. That caught him a bit unawares. Was at the World Championships in December when he finished in 10th spot. That's 146. Was not good for him this time. Barely got it up and then it just rested on the chest, so no threat there. 10th in a huge field of 25 he was at the World Championships. Matthew Gordon being looked after by the Australian team here. He's the only New Zealander in the powerlifting circuit. His coach is British, Mark McQueen. '18th of the World Championships in Mexico City. Injured in a farm accident way back when.
No lift for Gordon at 147 kilos.
Maybe the lift was a mite rushed. All three referees voting against.
Floaters, please, 155 kilos. Rack height 12.
He's got potential here of a medal. He's pitched himself as the 5th heaviest in the opening round. Obviously, slip-ups from those above will open the door. It's been quite rare, though, to see anybody failing to register a mark at these Asia-Oceania Championships to date. There have been a couple, not a lot. As you can see, Pong Tao has withdrawn from 80. Nodazan Kamralayev of Kazakhstan, 155. He's gunning for having won bronze at the last Asian Championships in Almaty 3 years ago. He was 6th in the Asian Games in 2014. Went to the World Championships but didn't register a mark. .155 his target here in the opening round. 4th last to go. We're starting at 160 at the Worlds. Ballpark around the same. So 155. And that was somewhat routine for him. Clears that, 2-1 in his favour. So he's our new leader. So a couple of interesting things about the marks we've seen. Pong Tao clearing 80 and then retiring. He'd actually lifted 172, finishing 11th at the World Championships last year. So he's obviously coming to this with injury. There may be some reward for starting the competition and having a successful mark for him from a national governing body point of view. And Jiro, who struggled really strangely at 146, he cleared 181 in the Worlds last year, so there may be an injury or some little weakness there that has only manifested itself on stage. None of those problems for Kamralayev, clearing 155. And he got it. Mohammed from Iraq. And we haven't seen him in global competition at the very least since 2010. He finished 8th there. In Kuala Lumpur he was 9th. In Beijing 08 in his last Paralympic Games. Hasn't been in the last few Asian Championships. Not quite sure where he's been. .172, 3rd heaviest target for the opening round. So 172. He's got it raised. And no lift. Maybe the body stance there. And not the most even of the way up either. So Mohammed misses out. for the time being in his opening round attempt of 172. Now, huge leap for the final two attempts. So at the moment, it wasn't even on the way up, but just the bottom half of the body may not be as they like it. There's penalties for body stance too. Obviously, as we say, in future championships, we should be able to tell you immediately why the referees have said no if it's not obvious, and a lot of the time it's not obvious because they have the new touch pads with one button for yes and 4 for no with a reason for each. Nader Moradi then, he's the Paralympic world champion over 72, claimed in Mexico City last year. He stepped up now to 80, won the 2010 title at 56, and at the Paralympic Games London 2012 he won gold in 60 kg, the old category now. Silver in the last Asian Championships in 2015. I was at 72 behind Rasul Mosley, who for Iraq has come through to retain his title earlier today. So this 202, a leap of 30 on Mohammed's miss. Kamruliev leading 155, Sato second 135, Kanaya third 128. 202 for Nader Moradi. Looking good, looking very good. 3 out of 3, Nader Moradi leads by a huge margin, huge margin. 3 out of 3 for him. Moradi still has a long way to go in the competition. That has him up into the lead and realistically guarantees him at the very worst a silver, you would think, considering the margins between him and the rest regarding his first attempt. Gu Xiaofei now for China, the reigning Asian Games, World and Paralympic champion. Silver in the last Asian Championships in 2015 and won gold in both the continental and the open competitions in 2013 in Kuala Lumpur. 220 then for Gu Xiaofei, based in Nanjing, coached by Li Waipu. Came over to Europe and won the European Open title in 2015. He has been world champion in 2014 in Dubai. He has won the last 2 Paralympic titles. .220 for Gu Xiaofei. And he got it raised and they were all happy with it. So here's our leader. It's a massive gap of 18 kilos between him and Nader Moradi in second. Almost 50 back from Moradi to Kamruliev. The gaps are huge in this 80 kg final, and Gu Xiaofei is into the lead. 220. He's got on the bench and up and went, and nothing more to be said. Huge weight. Lifting 220. Gu in the lead. Moradi in second position. Kamruliev in third. Sato fourth. Kanaya fifth. So Canada and Ganzuk next up. He's adding 8 to the bar, leaping from 117 to 125. Remember, Kampa Pangtao lifted 80 but is out. A very conservative weight by his successful career point of view. As I say, I guess there just must be an injury involved. $125 for Ganzuk. Nothing doing. All 3 officials voting him down.
135 kilos, wrap height 13.
Shame as he got his first one so right. There's problems with technique and the way up. Quite a lot of misses so far compared to the rest of the competition so far. So now Akihisa Kanaya of Japan, who's now down in 5th position. This is an attempt at 135. This would bring him level with Yoshitaka Sato, his compatriot, but on bodyweight, the head-to-head, Kanaya would rise above him into 4th. $135. Kanaya 135 in his major championship debut. Top 5 finish would be fantastic. Sato also in his championship debut. $135 Kanaya. Two and against. So he remains on 128 and still in 5th position. Behind Sato is Japanese teammate in 4th. So that's both attempts in this second round which have been voted down.
From Japan, Sato Yoshitaka.
Only 7 of the 12 lifts so far have been successful. Yoshitaka Sato has been good though, 135, and he's currently in 4th spot. This won't advance him though any higher in the table. This an attempt at 140. No visitors from outside the continents in this. Sato for 140. He's voted down as well, 2-1. And none of the lifters at the moment are delivering completely what the officials want. So still no successful lifts in this second round of this 80 kg decided.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 146 kilos, second attempt. From Japan, Yujiro Hajime.
Hajime Ijiro. No luck last time at 146, so going for the same tally again. Well, Ijiro was saying lifted around 30 kilos above this of the World Championship, so there may be a knock in play here as well for him. Going for the second time on 146.
One minute.
One 4-6 Jiro. And no joy for Ijiro. So he has his problems and has missed out on both so far. And it didn't get that previous lift raised at all.
147 kilos, please. Rack height 15.
Ijiro has a bit to worry about, but surely there's some sort of an injury or... He was able to get the follow through this time, but it's a bit ragged for the officials' decision. So Matthew Gordon now for New Zealand, missed 147 in the previous round, going for it again here. It will put him into fourth position within 8 kilos of the bronze. And 47. Second attempt. Matthew Gordon for New Zealand. Well, if he gets this, he goes into fourth position and he would be 9 kilos off the medals. 147. He got it raised, but it simply wasn't quick enough or direct enough, and it's no lift. It's none out of 3 for Gordon. Denied at 147. No successful lift at all in this second round yet. struggle on the way up, and he lost a lot of the rhythm and the smoothness then as a result of that. So Gordon still hasn't registered a mark, neither has Mohammed and neither has Ejiro. Pung Tao came in at 80 and he's 7th, as you'll see there.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 160 kilos, second attempt.
160 then for Norizhan Kamaruliev of Kazakhstan. 160, lifted 155 in the opening round, and he's currently in the bronze medal position. This to help it a little bit. Mohammed, who missed at 172, will go on that again. So Kamaruliev, our current bronze medalist, aiming for 160. Then in this middle round.
1 minute.
For Kamaruliev, coached by Denis Orlov. Strong lift, good lift, quick lift, 3 out of 3. Clear at 160. He stays in the bronze medal position. Wasn't attempting to go any higher in the table this time, and the margins may be too big for him in order to do it in the final round as well. And he stayed put too as Norizhan Kamaruliev. Kamaruliev clear at 160.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 172 kilos, second attempt. For round. Mohammed.
So we've got 3 to go in this middle round, and the gaps continue to be huge. So Mohammed missed out in the first round at 172. Going again now in the second. Long time since we've seen him in a major championship. This to get into the bronze medal position for Iraq. Needs it to be here. There's only 1 attempt to go after this for him. Ejiro and Gordon have missed out 2 attempts. Competition is rocketing along. $172 for Mohammed. Got the lift but voted down in the first round.
1 minute.
$172, but no lift. Struggled to keep that under control. and voted down as a result of it. So it means that Kamruliev is still in the bronze medal position for Kazakhstan, and fourth is still Sato, fifth Kanaya for Japan. So, Jiro, Mohammed and Gordon in a spot of bother, missing their first two attempts and only the third round left for them. Kamruliev is the only one to be successful in the second round so far, and he is solidly in third. Muradi, currently in the silver medal position, trying to bridge a gap between he and Gu Zhaofei at 220, so having cleared 202 in the first round, he's going to 211. Muradi, world champion and former Paralympic champion, always at a different weight, as this would be as well. This is at 80, where he hasn't won a medal before. World champion at 72, was Paralympic champion at 60, and all started off in 2010 when he was weighing 56. Nader Muradi, 211. Important if he gets this, but I'm not sure who's in control of the final section of it. It's 2-1 against him. Strong weights, lifts more difficult. So Muradi remains on 202, and if the next lift we're going to see goes up, then it is really game over.
Thank you to bar loaded 227 kilos, second attempt. People's Republic of China, Gu Zhaofei.
So 227, Gu Zhaofei for China. All the medals right now, the last two Paralympic crowns, a full set of medals in the last three World Championships, gold, silver and bronze. Asian Games champion, didn't take the Asian title 3 years ago when it was last held, but won both golds available in 2013. This to go well clear by 25 kilos, and that would be the gold. Yet another one for China, for Gu Zhaofei. 227. Fabulous, fabulous, and he's there surely now with the gold. Another one for China. He's way, way clear. All three officials satisfied, more than satisfied with what he's pulled out of the fire. Who finished second of the last Asians behind Majid Farzin, the world record holder and Paralympic champion in this discipline, 80 kg from Rio, but not competing in this event. Majid Farzin. So, Gu Xiaofai, the leader, 227. Muradi, silver medal position, 202 for Iran, and Kamruliev still there for Kazakhstan in the bronze with 160. Sato Kanayo, 4th and 5th for Japan. World record is 240, by the way, from Farzin. Might be worth knowing later. So Gansu coming out at 130, the Mongolian in his first major championship. Was a struggle at 130 and nothing going for Ganzuk, so he finishes on 117. And currently that is still 6th for him, which is a credit for him. That wasn't going any higher. Gone. Gu going for 233 in this final round, which is 7 off the world record. The medalists are secure, and in that order: Gu is the champion, Muradi the silver, Kamruliev the bronze. There will be jostling below the medals.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 135 kilos. 3rd and 10, representing Japan,
Akihisa Kanaya for Japan, 135, his second attempt at this, and his last having cleared 128 in the opening round. First major championship has gone very well for Kanaya. If he gets this, he climbs above Sato and goes 4th. Would be level on the head-to-head with Yoshitaka Sato. For Kanaya. For Kanaya, and he's taking his time, 20 seconds to go. Looking for the right time, and he got it. 2 out of 3 for Kanaya. He lifts successfully. Well, what a competition he's having. He is in 4th spot now, above Sato. Won't be challenging for the medals. Sato likewise. That was a terrific lift. Sato has an opportunity of reversing that immediately.
Thank you. The bar is loaded, 140 kilos. 3rd and 10, representing Japan, Sato Yoshitaka.
Yoshitaka Sato for Japan, who was 4th, dropped to 5th. Now here's his chance to respond and to return to 4th place. There are still a few who can change all that. Ijiro, Mohammed and Gordon haven't registered the mark yet and are going in heavier than this. So Sato at worst could finish in 8th. If he gets this, he could finish 4th. Well, raised it was, but not successfully to and against Sato. So his best is 135, and Kanaya clear of him in the head-to-head. And Kanaya 4th, Sato 5th, Ganu 6th, Pongtao 7th. That's a great result if he can keep it there. Be fantastically high anyway. 5th Sato in his first Continental Championships of Para Powerlifting.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 146 kilos, 3rd and 10th. Representing Japan, Yujiro Hajime.
Hajime Ijiro of Japan then, 146. He's gone for twice and missed out twice, quite considerably. 6th last lifter. So Jiro, 146. Minute left on the lift. 3rd and final attempt. Wiped out with his first 2 tries so far.
Stop!
Looks better, is it? It's going to be a bit of red on the board. It's all red. Same again, he's been wiped out in each of his efforts. Doesn't register a mark. Ijiro, and that fate could still fall on Mohammed and Gordon. And Ijiro, well, leaves with a bit of honour, but the other Japanese lifters, Kanaya 135, Sato 135, 4th and 5th. Ijiro starting on 146, could have started maybe on 114 if he'd got that, or even 138, then he'd be 4th now. 146 was setting himself up to maybe have a good pitch of the medals, but
kilos, 3rd attempt. Representing New Zealand, Matthew Gordon.
Matthew Gordon, 147, he's had a couple of attempts at. He's got the bar up, it's been a technique issue both times. Let's see what he can pull out of the bag here. If he gets it, he goes into 4th position. And be relying on Mohammed. Mohammed then. So 147 for the New Zealander. Based in Terhora, originally from Morrisville. So can he get onto the board? Following his 2 misses so far, 147. This is the same weight. Again, he got it up. Was his technique okay? Split call against him, 2-1. So he doesn't register a mark. Our medalists are all determined and in order. Gordon unable to turn it around for himself, and he bows out without registering a mark.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 172 kilos, 3rd and 10. From Iraq, Mohammed.
4 to go. Mohammed next to go, and he trying to avoid the same fate. He's been red flagged in his first 2 attempts, so this to avoid being wiped out himself. 172, Mohammed, and he is gunning for bronze. First 2 attempts at 172, and it has been technique issues really, it's not been the weight. And he's the last man who can get into the medals. If not, then they are locked in, and Muradi has won silver, Gujarfe the gold, Kamaruliev hanging on in bronze. Mohammed can overtake him now with a 172.
1 minute.
Well, again raised. Again, there's a bit of red on the board, and again it is all red, and he's, well, palms out and a bit curious and querying of it, but Mohammed is wiped out. He doesn't get a mark on the board, neither did Ojiro, neither did Gordon. And now the medals are locked in. Gu Xiaofai, the gold for China, Muradi the silver for Iran, Kamaruliev the bronze for Kazakhstan. He's got it up, but it's the technique which has caused him each time, and he felt he got that, but everybody's voted him down.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 173 kilos, 3rd and 10. Representing Kazakhstan.
So, 3 to go. Kamaruliev coming out. He's got 155 and 160. This for 173 to round off what's been a very successful campaign, and he's the bronze medalist for Kazakhstan as well. They've won 4 medals now a silver and 3 bronze. Final attempt. Well, those arms weren't raised, so he'll get nothing that time, but he's had a very successful competition all the same. And Kamruliev, having cleared 160, wins the bronze medal as he did 3 years ago. Another solid result for Kamruliev. And just got stuck there on the way up. And that is first disappointment of the evening, but 160 is still good. Two to go. Muradi successful on 202, but not 211. He's going to jump up to 216. And Gu Xiaofai will indeed go for 233. Which is 7 off the world record of Majid Farzin. So if he gets that, watch this space. Nader Muradi then, the world champion last year over 72 and the Paralympic champion previously over 60 at London 2012, has been a great spread of success. Silver in the last Asian Championships, and it's the same here. So 216 for Muradi. Third and final attempt. Went up quite slowly, and to such an effort exerted by him, it took a lot out of him. 202 is his best. Great display though, he has the silver. Wanted to push it on, he was not going to get the gold. No finishing position for Jahiro, Gordon and Mohammed. 7 finishes then. Creditable 4th and 5th for Kanai and Sato for Japan. Gu Xiaofai is our champion again. Silver in 2015. The man who has 2 Paralympic titles in a row and was world champion in 2014. He's still the reigning Asian Games champion, defending that in a couple of weeks' time in Jakarta. Gu Xiaofai has won it. Now 233, if he gets this, a clean bill of health across the way for all 3 attempts, he would be 7 kilos off the world record. And he might be thinking of it after this, if he's successful. Gu Xiaofai, 233 for China. 2-3-3.
Stop.
Gu Zhaofai. He's got it raised. 2-1 against. It was a close run thing. Now, if he'd got it, he definitely would have been tempted. Certainly would have thought about, considered about going for the world record. But I don't think he will now. 2-2-7 is his best. 2-3-3 he misses out on a 2-1 basis. And he'd got it up. Big effort in doing so. So Gu Zhaofai takes the gold. 227 for China. Nara Muradi the silver for Iran, 202, and Karolev the bronze for Kazakhstan, 160. Kanaya fourth for Japan, Sato fifth for Japan, and Gansug sixth for Mongolia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's up to 80 kilo group category.
皆様お待たせいたしました。男子80キログラム級の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
So the men's 80 kg medal ceremony at these World Para Powerlifting Asia-Oceania Open Championships. And this will be presented to these three fine competitors by City of Kitakyushu International Sports Competition Promotion Office's Executive Director Takahiro Miura. the Vice President of the Japanese Para Powerlifting Federation, Kitakyushu. Here they come.
The medals will be presented by Kitakyushu, International Sports Competition Promotion Office, City of Kitakyushu, Executive Director. Accompanied by Kitakyushu, Vice President, Japanese Powerlifting Federation. The bronze medalist representing Kazakhstan,
Nurjan Kamrulayev takes the bronze medal as he did 3 years ago in Almaty. Lifts of 155 and 160, missed out in the final round in 173. But he matches the excellent performance that he did from 3 years ago at the last Asian Championships. And in the Asian Games, it's coming up in a few weeks' time, looking to improve on the 6th spot that he had in Incheon in 2014. He's found a place for the extra present already. Kamrulayev. Nader Muradi gets the silver here, as he actually did 3 years ago. The world champion over 72 kg steps back up to 80. And silver for him. Former Paralympic champion also.
Gold medalist and champion representing the People's Republic of China, Gu Shoufei.
Gu Shoufei clearing with 220 and 227. Missed out in the last round, 233, and it was a tight one, 2-1 against. That would only have been 7 away from the world record of Majid Farzin, but again, something to look at perhaps at the Asian Para Games in a few weeks' time. So he retains, or regains, the Asian title, and now he is all of the golds again. Asian Games, World and Paralympic champion for China, Gu Shoufei.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able for the national anthem of the People's
Here's the
Republic
jousting
of China.
version of the Chinese anthem again. Gu Shoufei takes the gold then for China. And the medals were locked in pretty much a long way in advance. The only real challenger for Kamrulayev was one of those who didn't register a mark at all, and Mohammed went for 172 in the last round and would have put extra pressure then on Kamruleyev's 173 had he been successful, but he wasn't. China having an absolute ball so far. This including junior and open medals as well. Of the 12 Asia-Oceania competitions we've had, China have won 9, Jordan, Iraq and Uzbekistan won each. Uzbekistan their first ever. So Nurjan Kamrulayev of Kazakhstan adding another bronze to the one that he earned 3 years ago in the last Asian Championships. 160 his best, that in the second round. Nader Muradi had a real tilt to the gold himself, but 202 was the best he could produce. That was in the opening round. Subsequent misses at 211 and 216. And Gu Xiaofei cleared 220 and 227 on his way to gold. He last won this crown in 2013, so he has all of the titles again. Gu Xiaofei claiming the gold for China, 227. Adam Radi the silver for Iran, 202 kilos. And Nodozhan Kamaruliev the bronze for Kazakhstan with 160. But it's Gu Xiaofei back on top of the Asian Championship podium for the first time since 2013. So the Tuesday competition in Japan getting underway just after 10:30 Japanese time. That's 01:30 GMT. The men's 88 kilogram final, then deciders in the women's 73 and 79 kilo, and then the men's 97 to wrap up the action around this time tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye.